Big Goodwin here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, help promote, and rank up my channel, all that good stuff. So right now we're dealing with the fact that anybody in live action or any white character, white comic book character, can be race changed for the sake of diversity matters. But meanwhile, over in animation, voice actors are having to racially segregate. For fictional characters, voice actors are having ones that voice mixed race characters or black characters that are white people in real life. They're having to drop out of their roles so their careers aren't ruined to give those roles to minorities that accurately depict the race. Even though you don't see their skin color or anything, voice acting is one of the least racist forms of entertainment. It's one of the most anti-racist forms because you can be anybody and it's based on talent, not skin color. You don't see that at all, yet they're being forced to race change. Meanwhile, CW producer Greg Berlanti seemingly promises more race changes and gender swaps for DC comic characters. Yeah, they are virtue signaling hard because all the trouble they've been in lately. First they canceled Hartley Sawyer for old jokes. Then they were talking about trying to cancel Danielle Panabaker based off nothing but their own suspicions and delusions. And then you have, them trying to come at their, what's his name, Arrow? I can't remember his name exactly right now, but the guy who plays Arrow, they tried to come after him for defending the police. And then you got Candace Patton making overtly racist posts towards white people. But hey, that video of mine got dislikes because black people can't be racist. Candace Patton, oh, she can't be racist. Her horde's got to defend her. She is absolutely racist. And it didn't get a lot of dislikes. My videos don't get a lot of likes in the first place. So, anyways, now we're talking about this guy wanting more race changes, more gender swaps. It's okay when it's in live action. It's okay when it's white characters getting race swapped. But when it's white people voicing black characters or any minority type character voice acting where you don't even see their skin color, it's not okay. This is happening to The Simpsons, Big Mouth, Central Park, and it's just continuing on outward. We're going to watch all the dominoes fall as racial segregation, animation domination takes place. And the only one that likely won't be affected by all this nonsense is South Park, since they don't bend the knee and actively laugh in the face of the Twitter mob and China and the rest of woke Hollywood. So Arrowverse Maestro and EP of Titans and Doom Patrol Greg Berlanti recently discussed revamping characters to reflect the times we're in. He participated in Variety's virtual TV fest this weekend where he said heroes should look and feel like they came from today, not the 40s and 50s. I don't know what you're getting at here, but yes, a lot of these heroes were created during that time and stuff. That's why they exist the way they are. You can create your own heroes and they can exist the way they are. You don't have to race change and gender swap everybody. But of course that's what you're gonna do, because this isn't really about diversity matters. You're just gonna take a character that's got a lot of backing and popularity behind them, and they're going to use them in name only to cash in on that fame and popularity, and while at the same time they'll virtue signal to minority audiences by race changing the character. It's lazy, it's not thoughtful, it's an insult, and it's a spit in the face to everybody. So Berlanti added there is a responsibility that comes with bringing iconic characters into this generation in the DC universe. Especially, there's been a focus on us recognizing them. We want to create our heroes that look and feel like today, not the 40s or 50s. They were all very well intentioned when they created those back then, but there's a certain responsibility that you have if you're going to escort these iconic characters into this generation, to make sure they have the heart of that character, but they don't have to have the gender or the color of that character or sexuality. No, but people in voice acting have to have the race of the character, their voice acting, despite the fact that they're talented enough to do it. This is all about skin color, gender, and sexuality. All American showrunner Nikito, I can't even pronounce that god awful name. Carol also took part in the conversation. She had this to say about the riots and protests in the wake of George Floyd's death, which is blown out of proportion tremendously. The media made sure they brainwashed everybody to exaggerate how many black people are actually affected and negatively impacted by cops doing such things. And support for Black Lives Matter. That's unfortunate. That unfortunate perfect storm created a moment where people can't deny what was happening in this country anymore because of that. And because of the magnitude of the response we've seen, it does feel different. The speed with which so many companies, network studios, other entertainment entities put out statements in support of Black Lives Matter is not something we saw before. Yes, all these companies virtue signaled and stuff to make their brand look good. It's good PR. It doesn't have to do with anything with how good of people they actually are. They're doing it for money. They're doing it for good PR. Carol then claimed that's not enough. She further stated, "The days of me using my nice words are done because we're at a crisis point. Wanting more black voices in the industry," she continued. "There aren't enough black executives in positions of power in this industry of writers." Carol called hiring a black writer a twofer, she stated. When you hire a black writer, we say you get a twofer because we can write your stories because we've had to survive in that world and figure out how to assimilate and live in it. Then we can write our story. These people talk so racist. A twofer? See, this is about checking a box. It legitimately is. As if white people can't understand what black people have been through. I've grown up in black neighborhoods, all black neighborhoods. How can I not understand? Oh, I have white privilege. Ooh. A bunch of fictional BS. You people are garbage. Absolute garbage. CW, Greg Berlanti, you're just garbage, man. Berlanti has made diversity a priority at the CW. Yes, you get a twofer if you hire a black writer. Oh, tell me that isn't checking a box. Tell me that isn't flat out, transparently checking a box. Since the beginning, characters have been race and gender swapped or altered slightly. White in the comics, Iris West and her family are black on The Flash. And it's stupid. Jimmy Olsen and his sister were made African American for Supergirl. And that in itself is stupid. Because when you do this, you typically change the character drastically overall. Jimmy Olsen does not reflect Jimmy Olsen in the comic books. Jimmy Olsen does not reflect Jimmy Olsen in animation or anything. You change him to some, like, muscular black dude. That's an alpha male. So, and they go on to virtue signal some more. A show with an African American for Supergirl. A show with a transgender cast member. Ooh. Batwoman might arguably be Berlanti. And CW's biggest push for diversity between its male showrunner, Caroline Dries, and an array of LGBT characters. Next season's new lead, Ryan Wilder, may wind up portrayed by a woman of color. Oh my god, that makes you such a good person. You are so stunning and brave. Yes. Give them applause, people. Stargirl, oh god. One of these stars had to chime in on it. Stargirl's a pretty good show. It's not overtly woke and in your face, where man bad, woman good. I do reviews on that every week, but unfortunately, here's one I'm coming out to say something stupid. Who plays high school age version of Elizabeth Chapel, Dr. Midnight, I know exactly which one it is, remarked recently, as well as Berlanti's idea of responsibility with updating characters talking with. Okay, this is what she said. I didn't have anyone who looked like me playing a superhero when I was a kid. Most people didn't have a lot of people playing superheroes when they were kids because technology wasn't there yet. The entertainment industry wasn't there yet. You did not get a lot of superhero movies, hardly at all. So, she says, so for generations that are coming up, and I love bringing this new, fresh take to her because we're all of our characters are a lot younger, we're more naive, we're not super informed and educated on the JSA or even just superheroes in general in Louisville. But she says she didn't have anyone who looked like me playing a superhero when I was a kid. Most people didn't have, when I was a kid, I didn't have, of course there was Batman, but there weren't many superhero movies at all, and it's absurd to talk like that. But there were black superheroes. There are black superheroes. There's Storm, Monica Rambeau, Vixen, and you can just go on and on. You can literally go on and on. And if you want to talk about superhero movies, let's see, you had Blade, you had Storm, and I'm pretty sure you had that garbage Catwoman movie with Halle Berry. But this is just stupid, okay? It's okay to racially segregate voice actors who you don't see on screen, but let's race change every white live-action character and gender swap them and change their sexuality to virtue signal and flat out say, hey, we're checking a box. You get a twofer. Yeah. This is garbage. This is garbage. What happened to hiring people based on their talent? What happened to talent? Now we're just giving everybody everything and flat out insulting the real fans that actually matter. the voices that actually matter, that will actually show up to watch this stuff. So here's a few comments from below. White Lightning? Yeah, that'll never happen. Why not just be faithful to the original characters? I'd just make new ones. Absolutely. Be faithful to the original characters and make new ones. Make new ones all the time, because you're going to depart from the comic books with your own live-action versions. You always do, and that's okay. It gives older fans something new and fresh, and you can introduce your new ones for people that weren't even familiar with the material in the first place. You can introduce your new characters, make up your own minority heroes, your own gay heroes, your own gender swapped heroes or whatever, and those people that are new to your audience, they won't know any different. Meanwhile, original fans will recognize when you're not faithful to the original characters, and they are your prime audience. Don't spit on them. Don't insult them. So here's another comment. Because it clearly worked with Doom Patrol and Stargirl, and the CW can't have anything nice. Can we swap Greg Berlanti? Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome? So every time I watch TV nowadays, I get the impression that we lost the Cold War. Everything is leftist propaganda, even the commercials. Yes, I'm looking at you, Dove commercial. That's the problem. America didn't lose the Cold War. Neo-communists just hijacked the entertainment industry. Thanks to Barack Obama. Let's see, McCarthy was right. They're giving us the same arguments, the same old responses. Berlanti, why don't you make new characters instead of erasing established ones? And it goes on like this. You can see that people that actually are familiar with it know that this is just garbage. Anyways, that's the video there. I'll go ahead and do another one here soon today. That, like, subscribe, share, help promote and rank up my channel. I call out this kind of stuff all the time, between cancel culture, the race-changing crap, all the leftist propaganda that's going on in the entertainment industry, and all this just garbage, dumpster fire, and the hypocrisy in all of it. Oh, It's it's just so transparent. Like, subscribe, share, stay awesome, fake good one here. Eventually we will, but unfortunately right now we're getting dogpiled on. Stay awesome. Rock on.